Morning students. Today our topic is relations and functions. You know very well in the first PU relation. What is meant by relation? A relation R is defined as non-empty set A to non-empty set B. The possible ordered pairs from A to B is called as a relation. So now we will discuss about the relations and functions in detailed manner in the second PU. It is the topic in the part 1 textbook. So the topic 1, which is relations and functions. Now we will discuss relations. What is meant by relation? A relation R on non-empty set A to non-empty set B. The subset of Cartesian product A cross B. I think you are familiar. Once again I will repeat it. A relation R on non-empty set A to non-empty set B. The subset of Cartesian product A cross B. You know very well about Cartesian product of A cross B in the lower classes. Let relation is always subset or equal to A cross B. If you consider the two sets, what is meant by Cartesian product? Cartesian product. In the first PU, you learned what is a Cartesian product means. The set. What is meant by Cartesian product? The Cartesian product A cross B is defined as the total or the all possible ordered pairs from A to B. If you take a pair of element, that is nothing but ordered pair. The total possible ordered pairs from A to B is called as a Cartesian product. That we will denote it by A cross B. And also we know in the first PU, if n of A is equal to m elements, n of A means number of elements in the set A is equal to m elements, and number of elements in the set B is equal to n elements, then number of elements in the A cross B, that is equal to n of A into n of B formula, that is equal to m into n, we will call as mn. Once again I will repeat it. Number of elements in the set A is m, number of elements in the set B is n, then number of elements in the A cross B. Here elements means nothing but an ordered pairs. Always Cartesian product element is indicate a pair of element, which the ordered pair is called as an element. So the number of elements in A cross B is the formula n of A into n of B. N of A value is already m, n of B is n, so m into n, that is equal to mn. Once again we have one more formula. If n of A is equal to m elements and n of B is equal to n elements, then number of subsets from A to B that is equal to 2 to the power of n of a into n of b. The formula is, once again you can see, set A contain m elements, set B contain n elements, then number of subsets from A to B is 2 to the power of n of a into n of b. That already we know very well. N of a is equal to m elements, n of b is equal to n elements. You will get 2 to the power of mn. These are the subsets. According to the definition, subset of Cartesian product A cross B. The relation R on empty set A to empty set B, the subsets of Cartesian product of A cross B. Number of subsets, already we got it 2 power mn. So by using this, we can say that if a set contain m elements, another set contain n elements, number of relations from A to B is 2 to the power of mn. Students, number of subsets is 2 to the power of mn. Then next one is if n of a is equal to m elements and n of b equal to n elements, then number of relations from A to B is 2 to the power of n of a into n of b. That is nothing but 2 to the power of mn. So these are the total number of relations possible from A to B. Right. Now it is in two sets. Suppose in the second PU we will go through the relation description on a particular set A to A. Let I will discuss it here. So if given, let A be a non-empty set. The Cartesian product from A to A is called as the Cartesian product that means the possible elements from A to A is nothing but A cross A. Now we can define the relation based on the second PU. A relation R is defined as a non-empty set A to non-empty set A, the subsets of A cross A. Once again you remember, the relation R is defined as from a non-empty set A to non-empty set A. The subsets of A cross A is called as a relation. So now in the second PU we will consider relation R is a subset to A cross A. There is no second set here. We will describe only a single set. That's why we will consider as A cross A is Cartesian product. If you take any particular relation in that Cartesian product, that relation is a subset to the Cartesian product. So based on that number of relations, here n of A is equal to n elements. So therefore number of relations from A to A, that is equal to 2 to the power of n of A into 2 to the power of n of A, that is equal to 2 to the power of n into n. 2 to the power of n square is number of relations from A to A. They will ask in it is an objective question or 1 mark question in the PUC. So if a set contain n elements, number of relations from A to A, same set to same set, 2 to the power of n of A into n of A. 2 to the power of n of A is already we know that n. 2 to the power of n into n, that is equal to 2 to the power of n square is number of relations. Now some particular relations we will discuss. Some particular relations. on A. Let the first one is empty relation. Empty or void. Empty relation or void relation. What is meant by empty relation or void relation? Very simple. A relation R on set A is said to be empty relation or void relation if no element of A is related to any element of A. Generally, empty set means you know that the set which contains no elements in that. That's why what is empty relation we will define as empty relation is also known as void relation. What is the definition of empty relation means? A relation R on set A is said to be empty relation. No element of A is related to any element of A. I will write here. A relation R on set A is called empty relation or void relation. If no element of A is related to any element of A. It is no element of A is related to any element of A means nothing. There is no possibilities in that particular relation. That's why R is equal to, we will denote it as phi. That is, R is equal to phi. That means relation is equal to empty set, which is a subset of A cross A. Why? Because empty set is a subset of every set, you know very well in the first PU. So R is here empty set or void set, which is a subset of A cross A. Why? Because empty set is a subset of every set. That's why this is also known as empty relation, empty or void relation is called smallest relation. On set A. So which is called smallest relation. Than this we don't have any other smallest relation. So empty relation is the smallest relation on a particular set. Right, students? The first one is we completed empty relation or void relation. Now we will go through the second particular relation is universal relation. What is meant by universal relation? A relation R on set A is said to be universal relation. Every element of A is related to each element of A in a particular set. Once again I will repeat it. What is meant by universal relation? A relation R on set A is said to be each element of A is related to every element of A. So previously we completed the empty relation. For that we will give one example. After that we will go through the universal relation. For example, consider A equal to 1, 2, 3 given by the relation R is equal to set of ordered pair A comma B such that A plus B is equal to 10, where AB belongs to that particular set A. Observe clearly here. One set is given. I told already, always these relations are exist a particular set. The particular set may be A or B or C, but they will give only one set. So now we are given that one set A, that elements are 1, 2, 3. One relation is given. Relation R is equal to set of ordered pair A comma B such that a plus b is equal to 10, ab belongs to a. What does it mean? You have to pick ab values from the set A. There is a condition how the ab values, a plus b value should becomes 10. Like that, if any pair is exist, that pairs you can write in a relation. That relation is an example for empty relation. Now I am going to solve this problem. You observe here. Here given set A, now we are going to write all Cartesian product. Cartesian product means A cross A. There is no other set here. So here A cross A equal to, you know very well what are the possibilities of A cross A. 1 1, odd odd pair 1 1, odd odd pair 1 2, odd odd pair 1 3, odd odd pair 2 1, odd odd pair 2 2, odd odd pair 2 3, odd odd pair 3 1, odd odd pair 3 2, odd odd pair 3 3. So these are the total possibilities of from A to A, total possible ordered pairs from A to A. Just you observe the relation. What is our given relation? Given relation R is equal to, you have to pick two numbers. These are two numbers. This is A value and this is B value. A value, B value. A value, B value. A, B, A, B. So you have to pick any ordered pair from this A cross A. It should satisfy this condition. You check it. Suppose 1 1. 1 plus 1 it is 2. It never 10. Like 1 plus 2 3. It is not equal to 10. 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. It is not equal to 10. 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. It is not equal to 10. 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. It is not equal to 10. Like you can check all ordered pairs. No ordered pair should satisfy this condition. That means that relation should not contain any ordered pairs. So it is an empty set. So it is an example for empty relation. So what we are going to write here? We note that no ordered pair A comma B is satisfying given condition A plus B is equal to 10. So here if you take any ordered pair, their sum is not equal to 10. That's why no ordered pair A comma B is satisfying given condition A plus B is equal to 10. That is R is a empty set. So no ordered pair will be there. So it is empty set. Therefore R is an example for empty relation. Understood, students? So this is an example for empty relation. Now we will go through what is universal set. Universal set. I told the definition. A relation R on set A is said to be universal relation if each element of A is related to every element of A. See here, universal relation. A relation R on set A is said to be universal relation if each element of A, each and every element of A is related to every element of A. So total elements will be related to itself only. So we can write it R is here, all possibilities are A cross A, which is a subset of A cross A. We will explain with an example. See students. For example, consider A equal to set of 1, 2, 3 given by the relation R equal to set of ordered pair A comma B such that modulus of A minus B greater than or equal to 0 where AB belongs to set A. This is the given condition. Once again you can observe. So we want to check the universal relation on a particular set A. Let set A is equal to, we are taken some elements 1, 2, 3 and given a particular relation. You have to pick AB values from set A. They should follow this condition. What is condition here? Modulus of A minus B is greater than or equal to 0. So before going to that condition, first you have to write always what are the possible cases from A to A. That means Cartesian product. So here A cross A equal to total possibilities are, you know very well, ordered pair 1 comma 1, ordered pair 1 comma 2, ordered pair 1 comma 3, ordered pair 2 comma 1, ordered pair 2 comma 2, ordered pair 2 comma 3, ordered pair 3 comma 1, ordered pair 3 comma 2, ordered pair 3 comma 3. So these are the total possibilities from A to A. Now we have to check that each ordered pair they can follow this condition or not. Let us check. 1, 1, AB place. You can go for 1 minus, the condition is A minus B value should be, modulus of A minus B value should be more than or equal to 0. So this is A value, this is B value. 1, 1, 1 minus 1 is a 0. 0 is greater than or equal to 0. Yes, it is equal to 0 condition satisfied. Now 1, 2, 1 minus 2, there is minus 1. But it is in absolute value, modulus. Modulus of minus 1 is greater than or equal to 0. Modulus of minus 1 becomes plus 1. 1 is greater than or equal to 0. Like 1, 3, 1 minus 3, you are getting minus 2. Modulus of minus 2 is plus 2. It is also greater than or equal to 0. Next 2, 1, 2, 2. 2, 3, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3. You can check each and every ordered pair here. They should follow this condition. That means they must satisfy that condition. So all ordered pairs are satisfying in this condition. So in this problem, R is nothing but equal to A cross A. That means the total possibilities are equal to this relation. That is called as a universal relation. That's why universal relation is a largest relation in a particular set. So the universal relation and empty relation, these two are called always smallest and largest relations. Sometimes these are also called as extreme relations. Extreme relation means endpoints, smallest and largest. And also one more important question for 1 mark, what is trivial relation? What is meant by trivial relation? Very, very important for 1 mark question. The universal relation and empty relation sometimes together sometimes called as a trivial relation. Once again I will repeat it. A universal relation and empty relation together sometimes called as a trivial relation. So now I will go through those are all. Here we note that all ordered pairs satisfying given condition mod of A minus B is greater than or equal to 0. So that is R is equal to A cross A. So R is equal to A cross A means which is universal relation. I told just now universal relation is the largest relation on the set A. Next, the important point is the universal, the empty relation, empty or void. We can write it, it is void also. The empty relation and universal relation together called extreme relations on set A. So universal relation and empty relations are called extreme relations. Why? Because one is the smallest and another one is the greatest, and also I told these together we will call as a trivial relation. I told 1 mark important question is a trivial relation. Just I will give the definition of trivial relation. The empty void relation and universal relation together, sometimes called trivial relation. So this is 1 mark question, very very important, you remember it. The universal relation and empty relation together, sometimes called as trivial relations. Now we will go through some important types of relation on a particular set. Types of relations. On a particular set. That particular set we may consider as A. So we have 3 types of relations like reflexive, symmetric, transitive. These are all in PU syllabus. But actually we have reflexive, symmetric, asymmetric, antisymmetric, next transitive. After that we have equivalence and partial ordered relation. Again ordered relations are total ordered relation and partial ordered relation, they are divided. But those are all will get in the objective. That means competitive examinations they will ask. We will discuss that also. First we will go through the reflexive property. Once again you remember it. We have some particular types or particular kinds of the relations are there in a particular set. One is reflexive, next one is symmetric, next one is transitive, next one is equivalence relations. These they will ask in the PU syllabus. Suppose if reflexive, after we have irreflexive relations, next symmetric, after we have asymmetric relation, asymmetric, after we have antisymmetric relations, and next we have partial ordered relation, total ordered relations. Like we have these, we will discuss in the objective level, and we will give the definitions here itself, but detailed descriptions and detailed proofs we will give the one more video in the objective class. Right. Types of relation on a particular set. The first one is reflexive. Reflexive relation. What is reflexive relation? Here itself is the reflection. Reflection means if a relation R on set A is said to be reflexive if each element of A is related to every element of A. And also we will call this in mathematically, a relation R on set A is said to be reflexive if small a comma A ordered pair belongs to R for every small a belongs to that particular set A. What does it mean? Nothing but if you consider a particular set A, each and every element is related to itself. Suppose 1 will be there, 1, 1, 2 will be there, 2, 2, 3 will be there, 3, 3. So that particular kind of elements, if you write in a relation, that is called as reflexive relation, right? We will go through that and we will explain with an example. A relation R on set A is called reflexive relation if ordered pair A comma A belongs to R for every small a belongs to capital A. This is a mathematical definition. General definition I will give that. That also you can write it. A relation R on set A is called reflexive relation each element of A is related to itself. Each element of A is related to itself. For example, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. So if a set containing 1, 2, 3 elements, I will give with an example. You can see here. A equal to some particular elements 1, 2, 3. Now we are writing two relations here. Relation R1 is a set of 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Another relation R2 is equal to set of 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 and 1, 2. Another relation also I am giving with an example 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3. So you remember it, you have to use the ordered pairs only the elements which are present in the set A. Those elements only we have to use. Here 1, 2, 3 will be there. You can use 1 with 1. That means nothing but in Cartesian product ordered pairs. If you see here, R1 is every element of A, each element of A is related to itself. 1 with 1, 2 with 2. 3 with 3. Here the definition you remember it, for every small a belongs to capital A. That means each and every element in the particular set must be, they have image with the same number. 1 with 1, 2 with 2, 3 with 3. So R1 is reflexive. You can check in R2. Here also set A containing, here you have to remember that particularly set A with respect to set A. That means set A should be, you have to know that. Set A all elements whether they involved or not, that you have to check. That is very, very important. Suppose the last set you can observe 1, 1, 2, 2, where 3 as in the set A, but 3 is not participated like in the relation 3, 3. So R3 is not a reflexive. That is very, very important thing. So each and every element should participate in the relation. They should participate. 1 will be there, definitely 1, 1 should be present in that relation. 2 will be there, definitely 2, 2. 3 will be there, definitely 3, 3. If it is 4, definitely 4, 4. Suppose 3 elements are there, we have to participate only 1, 1 and 2, 2. Rest of ordered pairs are given. It is immaterial whether what is given here, but we need only the each and every element should be, here the definition, each element of A is related to itself. Each element means 1, 2, 3 should have again the same element images, but in the first set they have 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. It is a reflexive. Second set also you can observe, here also we have 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Sir, in addition will be there, no problem. Whether extra pairs are there, no problem. But should not shortage of one element is present in A, that element should not be in the particular relation, it is not reflexive. That's why particularly we are describing a reflexive relation, you should consider or you should put in the importance of that particular set, because the definition, each element of A is related to itself. Each element means each and every element should participate. Only the reflexive is, that is very, very important. When you go through the R3 relation, there is 1, 1 and 2, 2. 1 will be there, 1, 1. 2 will be there, 2, 2. But where 3 is in the set A, but 3, 3 is not here. So it is not reflexive relation. In addition will be whatever it may be, it is immaterial. In addition we have so many ordered pairs, it is immaterial. But it with material is what are the elements present in the set A, that element must have the same image with like A comma A. Then only we will call it is a reflexive. So by observing R1, R2, R3, R1 and R2 are reflexive relations, whereas R3 is not a reflexive relation. Why? Because 3 is belongs to in the particular set, but 3 comma 3 is not there in the R3. So R3 is not a reflexive relation, whereas R1 and R2 are the reflexive relation. I think you understood clearly.